dan gaan letterlijk meer op het gameplay weer zo fucking Fortnite. En dan gaan je net vies of Cyril Ramaphosa in de achtergrond hoor. Maar fellow South Africans.
My fellow South Africans.
My fellow South Africans. Ek is.
Ons kyk op Klimmy, maar ons kyk op Klimmy weer oor.
Holy shit, just kick the shit out.
My fellow South Africans. Ja, jy moet 'n thumbnail opsit dan.
Hoe de fuck zet de mensen van nou op bro?
Dit is allemaal van die lockdown.
Am I muted?
Hoe de fuck doen de mensen dit?
Mijn lijn beamies.
Hallo mijn
Die
liefie.
mensen kijken op klaar. Ja,
Ja, Jimmy.
Shut the fuck up Trassie. Je ma is lief hier niet. Je ma moest je veel geld voor het adoption center.
Wat is die kutse bak
Ik moet
nou?
net eens zeggen wat er al in de hand gebeurt.
You so much shit.
Jij bedoelt die fucking twee handen die sterk all twee goals.
Whoa, hold up, wait a
In
minute.
die sterk all twee, in die sterk all twee goals.
The score is 9-6, my boy. What are you saying?
Bro, like I am not even taking you seriously. I am chatting with somebody like also against you.
ik denk je te laat begin.
Plus it's actually not fair cause like
Ja, kom dan. Maar ja, ik weet niet hoe de fuck zet ik een farm nou op, nee.
That doesn't make sense.
The fact that I want
Guys, dude, just shut the fuck up, dude. You're dog shit at this game, dude. You're literally dog shit at this game, dude. Shut up, dude.
Let me tell you something.
Please, dude. Shut your whole mouth, dude. Shut. I'm bad. Wager me. 2,000 rand now. Wager me. Wager me. 2v2 us. 2v2 us.
In my thoughts.
I'm pumped you like 6 times. What the fuck?
You have 100% strength aimlesses, dude. Shut the fuck up.
First time, bro. You just one pump me for the first time.
Bro,
Bro, you just one pump me for the first time. Like you are so bad, bro. Let me get a scuff controller, bro. I'll show you.
A scuff controller. A scuff controller won't make you better, dude. You're still so cocked. You're still so bad, dude. Shut the fuck up. Dude, shut up. Dude. Dude, shut up, dude.
Shut up. It's 2020.
Dude, shut up, you fucking virgin. Fuck me, gay.
I am a controller player who's
I don't give a shit. Then don't run around
So who said you should give a shit, bro? Who fucking cares about your opinion?
Bro, go fucking kiss your mom or something, dude. Shut your whole mouth, dude. Shut the fuck up, you fucking virgin.
Dude, what'd you say, you toxic bitch?
Toxic bitch. Dude. I love fucking sucking your mama, dude. Shut the fuck up.
Shit on 6 times. You got shit on 6 times. You got
Breathe, what?
You got shit on 3 times.
You fucking dumb idiot. What is that dumb do I say?
being serious, man.
Yes, jy net dom 300 viewers.
Yeah, maar I can niet farm nou niet, man.
Look at you damage, zero. Come.
Maar ik niet farm nou niet. Elu, help me even vannacht met de farm nou.
Nie 'n woord oor wat jy sê nie, Jimmy.
Help me even vannacht met de farm nou.
Kan nie. Ou, dis moeilik met 'n app download.
I was just trying, my boy. But now it's fine. You can't do shit.
Sub, Jasmine, thanks for sub.
Dude, I am on 500 ping.
Weet jy hoeveel subscribers kry jy dan nou?
Bro, I'm on. Think about this. I'm on 500 ping. I am on 60 FPS. You guys are probably on 240, and I'm sure the range is so bad. I'm sure you're using that other thing that makes you have more FPS. Like seriously, dude.
Are you dumb, bro?
And then you have the audacity to tell me that I'm bad, bro? Like seriously? PC players always complain about PC being so overpowered, but I didn't know anything. Like, you guys are always getting shit on by controller players, that's why
You were the
you guys
first
lost
slapping my
everything.
thighs, bruh. There's so much and
Bro, let me tell you something, charges are bad, bro.
It's my thought is bad. How many
I dare you to go on controller. I dare you on controller. I dare you to go on controller.
You wanna see
You get shit on so hard. Put on a controller, bro. Since you're so good on controller. Since you're so good at controller, put on a controller and let's go.
What's that?
Kom ek leer jy
Jimmy. Ons nou 400 mense wat ons plays kyk.
I will play control in 6 months, right? I'll plug in a controller. Oh shit. You wanna bait me? Like, oh, wait till you controller.
Wait, who am I talking to?
Flip number 2.
Wait, I'm so confused. Who am I talking to?
Nou kom.
NSL
Join me.
Zetas. Weird dude.
Op 500 mense.
Kom krap hier in my kak. Maak toe my deur asseblief. Hoor jy so Cyril live?
600 mense wat ons kyk.
Lol, maar ek jou back op stoor.
Wait, let me plug my controller. Wait.
Is Cyril live? Ja, is Cyril's live. Wat sê?
Wait.
Ek gaan my Fortnite. Ek sê dis my ek gaan net.
You legit wanna talk your shit. Let me plug
Kom,
controller.
wie wil sien? Oh, kyk, sal vir ons stuur.
I'm legit on controller, wait. Okay, ja. Pop. Shit on controller. What you wanna say? What you put? I'm legit on controller, still shit.
How the fuck do I know you're on controller? How?
You can't on my keyboard. I can clip it for you and I'll send it to you on WhatsApp if you wanna argue with me. I can legit clip where I just clip it.
Yeah, come on.
Shit on. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp.
Wait, you won? Is that you?
Yeah. Because you wanna talk shit. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp, bro.
Bro, I thought I was talking to someone else.
Nah, you dumbass.
Bro, no, legit. I thought you were someone else.
Maar die one dan like.
You literally betted me like 21 or. Like I believe that you shit on hard.
Ja, ek sien.
As hy wie begin het hy begin.
Wait, but you guys sound so much alike. What the fuck?
Het al begin, wag ons nog steeds vir hom.
Kom hom Sarah.
Hy
Hy Francis stream kan kyk. Net begin.
Kom hom Cyril man, fuck!
Kom Sarah.
Stuur jou dag se tyd nie. Ek gaan net vir jou mute. Kom hom Cyril man, jy fucking mors my tyd hierso. En asseblief, praat dit hard.
Dan jou. Hy soek tog. Ek weet nie hy soek tog sy iPad nou. Hy soek tog sy iPad. Hy kan nie vir die mense sê wat aangaan sonder sy iPad nie.
Wat gebeur my staan nie?
Kom hom Saralkie.
Kom maar.
Praat ou.
I'm 170p.
Praat nie al nie. Zeker.
Dis Saral.
What you mean, bro? I was legit wasting every word you're saying. You
You know, my fellow South Africans.
Fellow South Africans,
Azai, hello with me?
ngiyanibingelela nonke egameni
Stop jij
lohulumeni wethu waseNingizimu Afrika.
Yeah, this is my stream work.
Le dumedisa kaofela
Our shit.
le ditse la mmuso wa rona. Mme
But
re
I'm
ngola
not
eng
going
ke
to
Saying.
le ba dumedisa botlhe batho ba fano Afrika Dzonga.
Yeah, but then bring
Greet you
your
all
friends.
in the name
huh?
of our government.
Between me and you, then bring all your fucking friends.
Tonight I address you
So,
on quite a weighty matter. I've sought to get inspiration from the wise words of our departed President Nelson Mandela
Cyril, shut the fuck up and close the schools, bro.
biography when he said, I have walked that long road to freedom. I've tried not to falter. I have made missteps along the way.
Yeah, you fucking iPad was a steal.
I've discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. That quotation is quite relevant for what we have to talk about tonight, because
Jimmy,
we have walked a long road
val die streamer as die spullen toemaak.
to deal
Bro, I
and
moet
to
hem
address
te maken.
COVID-19.
Dat is die spullen
And we've been
toemaak,
climbing
al die kwijt, dan maak hulle geld. Dus daai brengt wel
Many
geld.
hills, we've made some missteps along the way, but we've been climbing. As a country, we have faced two devastating waves of coronavirus infections.
Sorry.
We've overcome these by responding swiftly and decisively and by acting together to contain the spread of
Wie
the
de fuck het
virus
vertrasie
and
geen
to
white
protect
out?
ourselves, our families and our
Waarom
communities. We now face another great challenge, which is another hill to climb. 12 days ago, I addressed you, and then I did warn that a new and deadly third wave of infections had begun in a number of our provinces and was spreading. The average number of daily new infections was more than doubling. Hospital admissions were rising, and deaths from COVID-19 were increasing by nearly 50%. As I address you this evening, the situation has gotten worse.
Ons hier het man, go.
Along with many other countries on our continent, Africa, South Africa is seeing a massive resurgence of infections. The African
we're a
Centre
close
for
call.
Disease Control and Prevention reports that a third wave of the disease is underway on the continent. To date, the African Union member states have reported over 5.2 million cases and over 138,000 deaths from COVID-19.
Fuck it.
The COVID-19 virus that descended on our country in March last year has been continuing to mutate, to creating new variants. Our scientists tell us that COVID-19 has many variants. Last year we experienced what they call the Beta variant. In addition, we now have the Delta variant. This variant was first detected in India at the end of March of this year and is now found in 85 countries around the world. The Delta variant spread like wildfire in India in an alarming manner. That variant has now been detected in 5 of our provinces, namely the Eastern Cape, the Free State, Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, and the Western Cape. The evidence we have is that the Delta variant is rapidly displacing the Beta variant,
Ja, ek so gedink.
which has been dominant in our country until now. We are concerned about the rapid spread of this variant. Firstly, because it is more transmissible than previously circulating viruses, meaning that it is easier to catch this virus through person-to-person contact.
Ja.
It is thought to be twice as contagious, that is, transmissible, as the earlier variants. Secondly, because it is more contagious, it can infect far more people. As with the previous variants, you can pass it or infect other people without even knowing that you have it. Thirdly, there is now emerging scientific evidence that people previously infected with the beta variant, that is our earlier variant, do not have full protection against the delta variant and may get reinfected. Fourthly, because it is much more contagious, the measures we have so far adopted to contain the spread of the virus may no longer be sufficient to reduce transmission. There is also much we do not know about this variant. For example, it is not clear that it causes more severe symptoms. Preliminary data from other countries suggest that it is not more severe.
Children.
Reports from some countries, including on our continent, also suggest that infections and clinical illness in children may be more common with this Delta variant, even as the overall rate of infection remains substantially lower than in adults. The rapid spread of this variant is extremely serious. It is for this reason that I said I address you on the waiting letter tonight. Even if it is not more severe, the rate at which people are infected could lead to many more people becoming ill and requiring treatment.
Hoe the fuck where get die speech twee
We
keer?
therefore need to take extra precautions.
Are you back in Lou?
As of today, the 7-day average of new daily cases nationally has overtaken the peak of the first wave in July last year and will soon overtake
Shut the fuck up,
the peak
Tristan.
of the second wave we experienced in January of this year. Gauteng now accounts for more than 60% of new cases in the country. With the exceptions of the Northern Cape and the Free State, infections are rising rapidly in all other provinces. We also must remain vigilant in the Northern Cape and the Free State, which may experience a second spike of cases if the new variant spreads there. We must also be worried about what we are seeing unfold before our very eyes. Every one of us has a friend, a family member, or a colleague who has been infected. There are few in our country who have not had to bury a family member, a friend, or a loved one who lost their lives to this disease. We are in the grip of a devastating wave that by all indications seems like it will be worse than those that have preceded it. The peak of this third wave looks set to be higher than the previous two waves. The first wave, we recall, lasted 15 weeks. The second wave lasted nearly 9 weeks. We don't know how long this one will last, but indications are that it could last longer. And as we look around the world, many countries have these waves. They come and they go. I know that the last thing many of you want to hear is this, that we are now in the third wave. We have all had to endure great hardship over the past year. We may have thought that with life slowly returning to normal, we could take a more casual approach to the public health regulations. Perhaps we are fed up with wearing a mask on public transport and decide to keep it off for one day. When we see nobody objects or complains, we stop wearing the mask. We go to social gatherings with a mask on but take it off once we are inside.
Shoot her down.
When we meet our friends and loved ones, we hug, we kiss and shake hands, believing ourselves and them to be safe. We continue to accept invitations to social gatherings and parties, and we host some of them. The difficult truth is that complacency comes at a high price. We must maintain our guard and continue to be careful at all times. We tshwanetse gore re itlhokomele ka nako tsotlhe. Ngaso sonke isikhathi sifanele ukuthi sisibheke ngithini kwethu
Let's
ngoba
fucking
lesifo
off
esikhona
guard,
sinengozi. We must follow the public health regulations that are there for our own safety and the safety of others. Safeguarding the capacity of our health facilities to cope with rising infections is a priority. In several provinces, our health facilities are stretched to the limit. And private facilities are also buckling under the strain. Even as our hospitals have made extraordinary efforts to accommodate patients,
That's another kill.
ICU beds are in short supply. What we are seeing is that the existing containment measures in place are not enough to cope with the speed and the scale of the infections that we are experiencing under this third wave. In considering what new measures we have to take, we have drawn on international best practice and scientific data from studies across the world.